Hello, gentlemen. I'm in my workshop making knives and a charcuterie board, as they're called on the streets, and I'm bored, and I wanted to make a special episode about something that pains me and should pain our whole league. It's the fact that Logan's good now. And he'll say, like, oh, my team was good to start the season. He's wrong. It was fine. It was like an average redraft team, and it was a nightmare dynasty team. I mean, his youngest running back was 26, Kenyon Drake, who is doing okay, but you wouldn't feel good right now. Chris Carson, 26, and David Johnson, 38 something. He's done. He's a goner. And he had Marvin Jones, he had Tyler Boyd, Robert Woods. Boyd is young, Marvin Jones is 80, Robert Woods is 28, and it was a rough squad. It felt bad. It felt good to see. It's always fun when a team in the league is bad, because you're like, oh, okay, that's like one less piece of competition if someone's bad. It's not as much to worry about. I hope all of you are bad all the time. That is my prayer for this league, is that you guys are bad at it. Instead, I end up being bad. But Logan was bad. And I think in his heart of hearts, he knows that team was like maybe okay this year. And next year it would have been a complete disaster. There's a good chance David Johnson and Chris Carson don't go back on their teams. They're certainly not going to go be starters anywhere else. No one's going to pay them. They're old. And then he somehow offloaded Carson and DJ and got Eckler and Akers, who, congratulations, just broke out yesterday, which is awful. I got a text message. And then he got Taylor and still has draft picks. I don't know where they come from. I don't know how he has so many. I'm confused, if I'm being honest. Where did he get those draft picks? Why does he have so many? He still has two, and now he has Jalen Reagor. He has Denzel. He traded Russell Wilson, a quarterback who is not named Patrick Mahomes. That's the only quarterback when I see that it should be traded for a lot. The only one. There's other good quarterbacks, but like every other quarterback is like 10 points better than like a streamer at most. And then he got Mims, who's this season's going to suck, but he could likely play with Trevor Lawrence next year. And who else did he get? Debo, who's killing it. What'd you do, Guile? What'd you do, Josh? You made him better and made you worse. Josh didn't even benefit from that David Johnson trade. He was hurt the whole time. It didn't even help him. And he lost a young running back who's now tied to like a shooting star quarterback. I'm mad about this. No one ever makes these trades with me except Zach. I need someone else to do it. I guess it's a good lesson though. One, don't be stupid and stop making bad trades. That's the first lesson people need to learn. Except for Zach, you're doing great, sweetie. But you can also take a team that is like a year away from absolute destruction. My knives they just came to temperature. So they're molten lava. And then you can turn that team into a contender in a year. He could contend next year. What if San Francisco gets a good quarterback? Debo could be a top 15 guy, top 10. I don't think that offense is always a run-first team with Shanahan, but you never know. I mean, if Trevor Lawrence is what people say he is, and they get like a good coach in the Jets, I don't think the Jets will ever be good. But they've produced fantasy stars before. They've produced two fantasy star receivers at the same time before. Why, Josh? He was dead in the water. His team was dead, and you bailed him out. And I'll never forgive you for that. That's why I evicted you from the state of Florida. I don't know where you live now. You're snowboarding like a homeless vagrant. And you should feel ashamed. You brought shame to our league. And Zach, Russell Wilson, I'm sorry. I'm angry. I was out here working on knives last night for my Christmas orders, and I was getting Cam Akers notifications because I have him on another team. And the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, Logan's got to feel so good. And I don't want him to feel good. I want all of you to feel bad all the time. I think Austin winning would actually be the least painful because I feel like we're all kind of rooting for him. He got a girlfriend now. Congrats, Austin. She seems like a sweetheart. Everybody compliment Austin on having a girlfriend. First human woman that'll speak to him. Big. It's big. Yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say with this emergency podcast. And by emergency, I mean I was bored. I'm excited about this charcuterie board. The top is done. I'm cleaning my sides and the back side of it. Gonna put a little leather on it. I mean, catch me on Etsy later. Kidding. 17 minutes left on those knives. Yeah, so congrats to Logan. You know, I'm proud of him. I'm proud that he's done it. I am as proud as I am of Logan. It's how disappointed I am in Josh. And that's not to say if Josh wins this year, let's just delete this episode. But I don't think his trade gave him a better chance of winning. I'd have to go, but somebody go run those numbers for me. Would it have made a difference? Is this the first human woman that's talked to Austin? That's an important question. Proud of you, buddy. And Logan's got Jonathan Taylor and Cam Akers. And they're going to be... They should... I mean, again, we don't know... Like, Cam Akers has had two good games. But it's 2 good games in a row. That's where you want to see him. I mean... He's got to be feeling good right now. And that makes me feel bad. I would love someone to do an emergency podcast about my team suddenly getting good because somebody made a bad trade with me. That's the dream, isn't it? I almost hesitated to make this because I didn't want to make Logan's day. But as a fantasy podcaster that is specifically for our league, I had to. I had to do what honor demanded. And I had to point out that Logan, I hate this. He's GM of the year. He's GM of the year. He had one of the worst teams, dynasty teams. Let's not, redraft, it's hard to argue. We don't know what would have happened. It still wouldn't have been a great redraft team. But he turned one of the worst dynasty teams in our league into a top fiver, I would say. And depending on next year, could be higher. Now, if I'm him, I would trade maybe 1 or 2 of those young wide receivers to try and get some proven production. Because the odds of every single one of them breaking out, not extremely high, but you never know. He got him at such good value, he doesn't even need him to break out. GM of the year is to Logan Poyer. Maybe I'll do a little video for everybody's yearly award. But I have to think on who wins what, really, because I'm not sure. I'm just going through my grit progression on sandpaper, everyone, in case you're wondering. Yeah, so congrats to Logan. Happy and furious for you. Boo you, Josh. Make better choices. Ask for trade advice. Austin, congrats. I'm glad you found love. Or I don't know if you're at the love stage yet. Don't let me put any ideas in your head. It's protect your heart, buddy. Protect your heart. Yeah, so I hope everybody has a good weekend. I hope those 4 playoff teams. I hope Zach and Joey lose. No. I need Joey to win. So I need Daniel and Zach to lose, and then I'll get the 106. So please do that. That would be fun for mainly me, but I would take it. So congrats, Logan. Screw you, Josh. Congrats, Austin. Go Joey. Go Logan. Have a good weekend. Order one of my boards. Freeze frame. Cut. I don't know how to cut video.